Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the George S. Eccles Ice Center. It's time for more Utah State hockey. 4 weeks since we were in this building. Utah State on the road took a nice 4-2 record in their time away from Logan, Utah. They come back to face the Wyoming Cowboys tonight in a 3-game home set, the first of those 3 tonight. Stockton Jukes here with Brooks Besmer to my left up in the Steve Coleman broadcast crow's nest. And it's cold outside, it's cold inside, but it's time for some hockey, Brooks.
Yes, sir, it is. Utah State, of course, taking that 4-week break from home. Excited to get back into action here at the Eccles.
Cowboys coming into this one after 3 straight losses to Denver, the first of those at home, the second 2 up in Colorado. Cowboys looking to get back in shape out of the Big Mountain Hockey Conference. Utah State looking to stay hot tonight out of the the Mountain West Hockey Conference here in Logan. Brooks, we're going to go ahead and take a look at our starting lineups to get started here tonight for the Cowboys. First, we've got Tyler Oren in net with Trey Campbell, Nate Venice, Ian Bullard, Bo Donnellan, and Mario Rodriguez out in front of him. Cowboys going to look to get started early here against the Utah State team that really thrives at home. 2-0 so far here on home ice. It's going to be Ryan Wallen in the net for Utah State tonight, number 3-1. Getting his first start of the season. Owen Ramsey, Jack LaFontaine, Zach Pierce, Luke Anderson, and Jackson Ferry out in front of him. Brooks for these Aggies. Wearing pink tonight for Pink in the Reek weekend. Middle October, that's about the time of year. But for Utah State out there on the ice, who are you looking at tonight?
Well, with Titan Anderson sidelined, I think it's all Ryan Wallen in net tonight, and I expect him to make a big impact tonight, especially against this Wyoming team who has struggled as of late, dropping 3 games in a row.
We're going to take a quick break here just after Utah State finishes getting introduced. In the pink here at the Eccles, just about time for the national anthem when we come back, period number 1 between the Wyoming Cowboys and the Utah State Aggies. This is ACHA Club Hockey on Utah State Hockey YouTube. Well, welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Arena here in Logan, Utah, the home of the Utah State Aggie Hockey Club. I'm Stockton Jukes, joined by Brooks Besmer up here in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. It is a great night for some hockey. A long time since we've been in this building, 4 weeks just about, since the last time Utah State took home a win on the Eccles ice before a 4-2 road trip all around Montana, all around Colorado, and they're back feeling good. Brooks, just about ready to get started here, like we mentioned, and for Utah State, having that much success on the road, win percentage up at about 67%, that's got to feel good coming back to your home ice with that much success.
Yeah, it's definitely been great. These guys are all fueled up, ready to go. I want to take it a couple weeks back to the win they had at UVU, 20-2, Stockton. That is not a hockey score. So I'm going to look. I see the main forwards coming out right now. They're going to get on Oren early here in the Wyoming end, and I expect a pretty big jump from Pink.
Anderson had the stick to the face-off early on. Utah State under pressure. Pierce trying to come in to clean that up. Floats back towards Wallen. And Utah State's off to the far side board as we are underway. Early action from the Cowboys, just firing that puck towards Wallen. Stuck down in the corner as Utah State tries to break out of the zone. Pass towards center ice is deflected but not corralled by Wyoming. 30 seconds in, Cowboys reset in their defensive zone. Anderson rims that one around, collected by Oren. For Utah State, that road trip, one of the big highlights up in Bozeman. A win at Montana State, a team that has really given these Aggies nightmares for the past several years. Of course, the big win over Montana State in the MWCHL semifinals a couple years ago. Utah State would go on to win that cup in 2024 here on home ice. Since then, it's been all Bobcats until recently, and that's for Utah State one of the big boosts of momentum they needed after a bit of a rocky start to the season. That game in Ogden, Brooks, was not very pretty.
Not at all. We'll see if they can get on the board here with Wyoming pretty quickly, kind of set that tone, come out with a lot more energy tonight. Second
line now for Utah State. Freigang wins the faceoff. Not handled well, though, in the neutral zone by Utah State. They'll dump this one in off of a Cowboy, stays near the blue line. To the near side, pass intended target picked up by Pfeiffer. Aggies have the turnover, and they give it right back behind the net. Giving it right back to them. It's a turnover party early in this one at the Eccles. 75 seconds into the game, and Bogan just trying to get a blade to it. Pfeiffer kicks it down at the blue line, almost had it in, but had pressure immediately. Utah State back and resetting in the defensive zone. Pass again deflected. Pfeiffer goes down, as does his mark there. I think that was Nolan Berg. And now we've got a 1-on-2 the other way. Wyoming breakaway. Beautiful stick sweep by Bogan at the last second. And they both go crashing into the boards. Lost footing. Now we've got an offside delayed on Wyoming, but no whistle after the contact from Bogan. Brax Thomas a little slow to get up behind the play, and he'll head straight to the bench. Utah State pressuring early, but did not have the shift out there early enough. They'll get whistled for offsides as that one leaks over the blue line.
Yeah, it was a big collision down there in the end, right by Wallen on his right there. Like you said, Thomas did just go to the bench, getting checked out by the trainers right now, I believe. Hopefully we'll be able to see him return for the Cowboys, but definitely a big collision there on the wall.
Looked to be okay, just slid into the wall at pretty high speeds. Utah State, again, in the defensive zone, trying to pass out, having a hard time connecting on those passes. And a big hit. Pilgrim puts a man into the Aggie bench. Here come the Cowboys, though. Pass across the slot. Not put home. Could not get a blade to that puck. 17-38 early in this one, and the Cowboys giving the Aggies a little more than they expected. A race for the puck on the near side. Gifford is going to get that one waved off. No icing, and the Aggies can pressure. Pilgrim tries to throw a big shoulder. Gets the puck loose. Wallace off the corner. Down to Pilgrim. Centering. Goal! Excellent finish. Number 14, Jack Wallace on the board for Utah State. Give the assist to number 7, Teague Pilgrim.
Great
that one
play.
just snuck past the right leg for him.
Great play. The give-and-go play there. Wallace ended up putting it down low, looking for Pilgrim. Pilgrim able to get there. Kind of fed the no-look backhand pass right on the tape of Wallace, and the quick release, not giving the goalie any time to recalibrate, get set up in that net, and he put that far side on the ice. Great finish there.
Aggies go up 1-0 with 17:20 remaining in the first period. Early start for the Utah State Aggies, and for the Cowboys, about the opposite of how you wanted this to go after some good pressure for the first 2.5.
Definitely want to score the first goal when you're not on home ice.
Tip pass towards Sanborn. That's going to cancel out icing. Now a chase for it to the near corner. Walton comes away with it, looking for Sanborn, put it behind him. Back around the net. Cowboys looking for a breakout. Left wing opens up momentarily. Utah State closes the door, and now Walton trying to shove that one back towards the attacking zone, just whiffed on it. 2-on-2 the other way. Pass not allowed across the crease. Deflected behind the net, all the way up to the blue line on the opposite side. Long shot comes in, was deflected in front of Wallen, and he kicks it away. Scrum as two sticks hit the ice in the near side corner, one from each team. Chase to the far side as that puck comes loose. Sanborn in there to help. Can't corral it. Body's thrown on the far side. I think that was Beals getting involved. Eli Reeves. Tip towards the top of the slot there. Again, Wyoming just cannot get on the end of the puck. Sanborn down the left wing picks up a double team, chips pass, no icing, and the Utah State Aggies will change. Far side, good move to break space open in the neutral zone. Cowboys across the blue line. Big hit comes in as that one is fired into the back netting. A lot of sticks flying around here in the first 4 minutes of this one. It's still 1-0 Utah State, 16 to go in the first. First line back out there for Utah State. Anderson on the dot, Ferry to his left, Pierce to his right. Jammed back to Bogan. Bogan, backhanded clearance attempt, does not make the blue line. He goes flying behind the play. Shoulder comes in from the captain of this Wyoming team. Pierce, cross ice to Ferry, too far in front, but the Aggies will collect this one in the attacking zone. Luke Anderson almost on the back door, now behind the net. Thinking about being creative, leaves it for Zach Pierce, also behind the net, deflected away from him. Ferry to the near wall. Ferry shorthands that one, but Pierce gets to it. Pierce tripped up behind the net, no call, just lost his skates. Bogan from the blue line, pass deflected, ends up with Jackson. Ferry off the wall for Pierce, near side, back to Bogan. Shot off the skate of a Cowboy. Still bouncing around in the Aggie zone. Anderson to the far corner. Puck loose again. Ferry through two sticks. Back to Pierce behind the net. Pierce wrapping around, has it dispossessed. Here we go the other way with Bullard. Bullard fires, and that's the first save. The real save for Ryan Wallen on the game. Traps that one and kills the play with 14:55 to go in the first. And for Wallen, would like to get him started pretty slow. Hasn't been threatened too easy tonight.
Not much at all. The first game we've seen him on home ice too, so you want to get that crowd behind him for sure. You want to make sure you're staying awake because one slip up and this game's even right now.
Just over 5 gone in the first. Utah State defensive zone face-off. Puck bounces around. Wallen stick save as that one fired in towards him. And now here goes Reese Bynan down the far side. 2-on-2. He's got Pfeiffer to his left. Bynan takes it. Tries to throw that back towards Pfeiffer on top of the crease. Could not get it to him. Cowboys going to try and break the other way. It's a 1-on-3, though. Shoulder coming in. Berg lost the puck. Follows it into the corner. Utah State kicking at that thing. Bynan has it now on the wall. Out to the center of the zone, and Freigang takes it to the neutral ice. Freigang into the middle. Nice touch. Gets around his man. Baum looking for Freigang up front. Can't connect. Monroe at the blue line has that one get past his skate. Thrown back towards Braden Mooney. Now Mooney's going to take the Aggies in. Has some speed. Has the advantage. Goes backhand. His stick was held up, and he was tripped into the back wall. Looks at the official fresh off the ice. No call. Tripped again back there, and still no whistle. 1-on-2 the other way. Aggies get a poke. Pokes take a dive. Pfeiffer has it in the neutral zone. Cowboys under heavy pressure now. Utah State turning the tables after those first 2 minutes, and Freigang's going to touch that one to give Utah State a free change. 13:37 to play in the first.
It's going to be intentional offsides, too, so this puck's going to move to the opposite dot.
They're going to go center
ice instead here.
Someone hit the goal button a little prematurely there.
Maybe manifesting for one here.
Aggies win the faceoff. That one thrown down towards Orrin.
Easy way to get an offensive zone faceoff here.
Teague Pilgrim basically erasing the intentional offside for Utah State there. Still 13:33 remaining in the period.
The goal scoring line is out for the Aggies here. We'll see if Wallace can put another one in.
Nolan Gifford on the dot. Ramsey trapping the blue line. Wallace playing up from that back line. And now they're going to wave Gifford off the dot. That'll bring Teague Pilgrim up. Pilgrim trying to fire that behind Orrin. Doesn't get a blade to it. Now to the near side at the blue line. Ramsey throws a body trying to keep that puck in. Cannot do it. Kicked out by the Pokes. Now Gifford off a bad bounce. Just onside. Fires off a blocker. Almost into the top left corner. Centering pass and no one home as everyone for Utah State crashes to that near side. LaFontaine follows out and recovers. Stretch pass Pilgrim. Poked into the zone. No icing. Aggie forecheck looking excited tonight And a big hit as well. Physical and fast, Utah State early on. And an Aggie just took a stick to the face underneath the face mask.
That might have been a punch.
It might have been a fist. It was right in front of the official. They don't do anything about it. 12:45 to go in the first. Top of the zone. Wyoming has a shot window open up. Takes one wide left. Looks like they might have had Wallen a little confused there, but he does enough. Traps up along that far post, and Utah State has the puck in the defensive third. Backhand off the glass does not go very far. Reeves knocks it down. Off the wall on the near side. Does make its way to Sanborn. 2-on-2. Sanborn shoots. Just missed that post wide right. Big hit along that bench again. Utah State just trying to deflect the puck towards Orrin. They're going to win it back. Again, Walton dicing up that defense. Gets the pass through to Ferry. Ferry fresh on the ice. Was looking for Bogan, intercepted. Donnellan off to his right for Bullard. Bullard shot, easy save for Wallen. Clearance goes off the back of Zach Pierce's leg and stays in the zone. Bogan getting bumped around back behind his own tender.
Jensen took a pretty big hit down in the corner. He's kind of laboring here. Is that one? Oh.
Awkward shot, goaltender interference, and they let that one go.
I think what happened there was Bullard was actually pushed into the goalie. I think it was Bogan.
Wyoming's going to add a goal to the board here. Awkward sequence where that puck goes off of a poke skate. And like you said, Bullard gets pushed into Ryan Wallen there. Didn't see the bounce, and because it took an awkward deflection, I think that went 5-hole on him.
It might have slipped right through the legs there. The net did come off, but the puck surely crossed the goal line beforehand. Jensen still laboring on the bench, as I was saying before that. He took a pretty big hit to the right of Wallen. Looks to be holding his chest area.
Yeah, holding that right side of the ribs, it looks like. I think he got hit in an unprotected area.
Yeah, he's a big guy. He'll be all right.
11:29 to go in the first period. The Pokes tie it up with Bullard's goal off of an awkward bounce. Wallen just could not get back to that thing.
Well, that's exactly what you need if you're Wyoming. Your captain gets you on the board early. That sends kind of a sense of energy through your whole squad, and these guys are going to come out firing here. I don't see them letting up anytime soon.
It's very similar to the goal the Aggies let in last, but now here's Zach Pierce one-on-one, fires through the legs of his defender. Nice chest save by Orrin.
Great chance there for Pierce. Using the defender as a screen. He pulled it toe drag right through his legs there. Using the defender as a screen, if you shoot it through him, it helps that, the goalie can't see where the puck's going, and if he can't see it, he can't save it. But there was a great save by Orrin.
Anderson back on the dot now for Utah State. That faceoff won by Wyoming. Ferry's going to chase behind the net. Up the far wall, kept alive. Utah State, long shot. Orrin never saw it. Baum again, just under hit that one. And now we've got a race to the near side corner. Morris hits the Jets and gets to that puck. Tries to clear off the wall. It stays in place. Luke Anderson in to clean it up. 11 minutes to go in the first period. 9 minutes gone. It's tied 1-1. Ferry and Pierce now. Ferry to the net. Ferry backhand saved and killed by Orrin. And now Pierce getting tangled up with a poke right in front of Orrin. I think he was trying to get in Orrin's head there a little bit. Zach Pierce loves the hidden part of the game, Brooks.
It's not very hidden with that guy, I'll tell you that much. It's almost like any scrum we see, he's right there in the middle of it. I just want to point out a great pass there from Luke Anderson, putting that one into space for Ferry to go in, 2-on-1.
Utah State making some good passes here. Wyoming's done a good job, though, of putting two men on the puck and clogging up those passing lanes for Utah State early in this one. 2-on-3 the other way now as Wyoming tries to break the corner, get around one, but that is going to be whistled dead for an icing as DJ Freigang wins the race. 10:45 to play in the first. Your goals so far from Bullard and Jack Wallace. The assist for Utah State to Teague Pilgrim. I'm not sure if they gave an assist on that Wyoming goal just because of the multiple deflections. Another offensive zone faceoff win for Utah State. Looking to roof that one from a tight angle, cannot do it. Ramsey at the blue line goes back down the wall. LaFontaine into space, takes a shot. Pfeiffer was in the lane. Cleared out as far as Jack LaFontaine. Goes to his left. Aggies. Nice break. Backhand goal. Jack LaFontaine on a beautiful feed. That's Reese Bynan. Aggies right back up 2-1. What a response from the boys in pink.
Great pass there from Bynan. Put it right on the tape, and all LaFontaine had to do was just poke at it with his backhand. Put it off the post and in. That one barely snuck past Oren there. But a great break for the Aggies here. They're up 2-1 now.
10:24 to play in the first. Utah State 2 goals in the first half of the first period. They're feeling good on the attack. And going back to that Wyoming goal, very similar to the one they did let in against Boise State. Just kind of a garbage goal there, Brooks. That's hard to really do anything about when there's that many bodies in that small of an area.
And that's what you got to do. You got to get traffic in front of the net. The goalie can't see it. He's not going to save it. And, I mean, there's just a lot of bodies in front, sticks flying around, and the puck found its way through the 5-hole, and it was able to get Wyoming on the board.
Long shot glove save there from Oren. Aggies putting pucks on the net from just about every angle early in this one. 10-10 to play, 2-1 Utah State. Again, your goals from Jack LaFontaine and Jack Wallace. Your assists from Reese Bynan and Teague Pilgrim. Defensive zone win there for the Pokes. They'll try and break. Utah State's forecheck has been very effective early in this one. Tipped out by Tate Jensen. Neutral zone faceoff coming.
To say Owen Ramsey got the secondary assist on that LaFontaine goal as well.
3 assists on 2 goals for Utah State. Pokes back in their defensive zone once again. Wallace, very physical forecheck, just cannot keep that thing in. Pilgrim's going to retain it in the neutral zone. 9:45, had Oren out of the net. Oren in a dangerous position, lost his stick. Has time to pick it up, though, as the zone is cleared by the Pokes. Aggies not having to play much hockey behind the neutral zone right now. McGrath will try and go forward off a skate and just a little too far out in front of Christian Struber. Bullard calling for it on the blue line. That one taken away, though, on the left wing. Does get over the line. Delayed offside coming. The Pokes will have to check up. Stick taps on the forecheck. Bullard all the way back in front of his own goalie. Stretch pass. Donnellan under pressure from Bogan keeps it out of that attacking zone. Now Rodriguez, the trail man, takes the puck, out handles himself to the left, tries to go back to Bullard in the middle of the ice. Milliman at the blue line. Across for Bullard, tipped in by Rodriguez, and a goal. What a pass from Bullard right through the 5-hole of Ryan Wallen.
Second time Wallen's been beat on that 5-hole, but it's also the second time that Bullard's been involved in a goal-scoring play for the Cowboys. Great pass there. I mean, he's finding the tape in front, but the best part about that was how Rodriguez had a stick on the ice waiting for right in front of the net. That's what they teach you all the way down in Mite hockey. Just keep your stick on the ice.
Bullard up to 2 points on the night now. A goal and an assist for the Pokes captain. That one, Mario Rodriguez's goal. It went Rodriguez, Bullard, Rodriguez, and we're tied at 2.
Big shift here for the Aggies. You got to respond, giving up another goal like that. Seem to be running around a bit in the D zone there. Try to get back on the board here with the top line now with Anderson, Piers, and Ferry.
Wyoming shoves that into the attacking zone. It'll be cleaned up. Utah State flip dump out of the zone, ends up over the glass. This will be a defensive zone faceoff. 8:39 to play in the first period, tied at 2. Ryan Wallen getting his first start tonight for Utah State. Cale Samuel is the backup option if this thing gets a little closer than it should be. 2-2 early in the first. Donnellan on the dot this time for Wyoming, standing across from Luke Anderson. Aggies win that one. Fire all the way around the boards and out of the zone on the near side. Heck cannot keep it in. Delayed offside will force Donnellan to let that puck go. Now a stretch pass off the right side wall. Tipped back into the middle. Luke Anderson with speed has it poked away by Bullard at the last second. Donnellan. That puck a little too slow for him, but Bullard there to help. Over to Rodriguez again. Bullard almost had a tip right in front of the net from Rodriguez this time. Aggies don't allow a shot. Now Bullard behind the net. Anderson up the wall, was looking for Ferry. Did not put nearly enough on that one. It's another turnover. Back behind the net. Poked away Anderson as a poke goes down to the ice. Aggies up the far wall, cannot break it out of the zone. The pass is not on the tape right now. Now here's Ferry chasing one to the left side. One-on-one, can't keep it in. Fired back in by Baum. Deflected, kept in the Aggie zone. Almost a really good shooting opportunity. Just overskated. Now here's Bynan, near post. Wrap around. Back to the blue line. Long shot, wide, and I think that might have caught a piece of Oren on its way into the back netting.
Lots of traffic in front of the net there from the Aggies. Once the play was done down low, they brought it up high, and then both those forwards down low ended up going right in front of the net, creating that screen in front of Oren there. Had that shot gotten through the traffic in front, that definitely could have ended up in the net.
LaFontaine already hunting for his second. 7:19 to go in the first. Reese Bynan on the dot, Freigang to his left. Aggies win that attacking zone faceoff, almost right on the paddle for Pfeiffer. Can't jam that thing home. Pfeiffer near post. Drop pass for Freigang right into the chest of Oren. Great save with very little time.
Aggies are definitely out shooting the Cowboys here without a doubt. Definitely have most of the offensive zone possession time. The goals that we've seen from the Cowboys have been off the rush or just shots coming through from the point, finding their way through.
It's pucks that are getting touched within about 5 feet of Ryan Wallen. Those are the ones that are going in so far for the Pokes, but it's a good point. We have not played a lot of hockey in that third of the ice, and for this to be tied, a couple questions for Utah State to ask of themselves defensively. Bynan wins the faceoff. Freigang overskates it, though. Wyoming breaks the zone, back to Ramsey. Off the skate of Bynan, he takes it in, 2-on-2 the other way. Bynan trying to get around the defense, wraps to the near side. Pfeiffer on the doorstep, cannot get his stick down for the pass. 6:50 to go in the first, stays tied at 2. Aggies from the other end of the ice. Poked away right in front of Wallen. Wallen's going to play that off the back wall. Smart play there from the Aggies goaltender. Pfeiffer, speed again. Utah State the speed advantage tonight by far. But here we go with the Pokes, 2-on-2 the other way. Centering pass ends up behind the cage all the way to the far side. Still kept alive by Wyoming. Right on that near post. Jammed at on the crease. Aggies can't clear the zone. 6:15 to play in the first. Finally feathered out and onto the stick of Reese Bynan. Bynan by himself into the zone. Now has Bogan to his left. Fires towards Bogan. Intercepted. Bogan getting his stick in there. Doing some dirty work for that Utah State forecheck. And a Hail Mary connects down the near side. Body goes flying, though, and Utah State does not allow that play to pay off. Gifford gets around one, into the corner. Now opposite corner, Gifford. Pilgrim right in front, fires and scores! Teague Pilgrim with his second point of the night. Give Nolan Gifford the apple.
See, it's the same line here. It's their energy line, Pilgrim, Gifford, and Wallace. Second time that they've connected on a goal here, getting the Aggies the lead again.
I think we have a barn burner on our hands, Brooks.
Definitely slam the over on this one.
Utah State knows all about the over.
5 first period goals here. We still got 5 minutes to play.
Donnellan back on the dot for Wyoming. Bullard to his right. This is your goal-scoring line. Wallace has his stick hacked out of his hands, goes to the opposite side of the ice to grab it. And now they are going to call the slash on Bullard.
Or
They're going to call interference there on Bullard.
This one might be on Rodriguez for interference here, actually.
Oh, they got the wrong guy.
They must be thinking 71 or 74.
Yeah, they're going to put Mario Rodriguez in the box. He was on the left side. It was Bullard on the right that hacked the stick out of Jack Wallace's hands. So Rodriguez is paying for the sins of a teammate here.
Well, here's our first look at the Aggie power play. These guys have been connecting. I mean, imagine what they did against UVU on the power play. 20 goals in a game. We'll see if they still have their top line out here, just mixing it up a little bit.
Special teams looked sharp last time we were in this building against South Dakota. Five and a half to go. Anderson trying to trap that one in the circle. Kept alive. Ferry now behind the net. Was looking for the pass. Goes the other way, and it's cleared out of the zone. Wallen out of the crease to play this up the near side. He's going to leave it for Zach Pierce. Pierce was not expecting that, but Pierce will go collect. 20 seconds off the kill for Wyoming. Anderson down the right wing. Anderson checks up to the blue line, now right in the middle. Jack LaFontaine thought about it, left for Pierce. Pierce on top of the circle, back to LaFontaine. Now Zach Pierce walks in, pass to the near post, centering for Ramsey. A little too much on that one. 4:50 to go, a minute 15 remaining in the Aggie power play. Oh, excellent touch pass for Luke Anderson, almost creating some havoc at that far post. LaFontaine on the blue line, has space, left for Zach Pierce, walks it in, shoots into a body. It's Campbell with the shot block. Back to LaFontaine again. Walks past two, gets the shot off, deflected awkwardly and off the body of Oren. Pfeiffer behind the net to the far side for Luke Anderson. Under a minute to go on the power play. Still a first line for Utah State out there, and why not? Now Pierce on the give and go. Up for Anderson, a little wide of him. Anderson's going to have to circle back. Behind net, far side. Anderson, LaFontaine up top. LaFontaine left for Pierce. They want Pierce to open up that shot, just cannot get to the backhand. And now here we go the other way with Donnellan. Thought about taking a break. He's just going to kill clock here. 25 seconds left on the Aggie power play as Wyoming will get a change. LaFontaine taking his time here. Aggies are only going to have one more rush on this power play. Now Freigang with speed down the left wing. Has teammates to his right. Drops it off for Bynan. Bynan shot, stick deflection from Wes Amos. Bynan again, top of the crease, finds Pilgrim, who had a wide open net and lost it. Stick is down for Oren, and we're back to even strength. Baum fires towards the far post, kept alive by Utah State. Bynan behind net again, trying to center with Oren's stick out of his hands, and they just missed the pass. 3:20 to go in the first period. Wyoming survives their first special teams test, and we stay at 3-2. Baum had it poked at. Pass behind the cage, ends up with Bogan on the far side. Looking for Pilgrim, turnover in a bad spot. A Cowboy loses his skates at the worst possible time, and Utah State stretch pass almost connects with Pilgrim as he breaks the zone. Now he'll go to the bench. 2:54 remaining in the period. 2-on-2 the other way. A couple good stick handles in the neutral zone. All for naught, though. Utah State the other way. Catching Wyoming on a change. Here's Freigang. Has a pass in the middle. Dropped off. Bynan. Rebound opportunity. And that one's in.
What a play there.
Owen Ramsey, I think, is the goal scorer.
Sanborn.
It's Caleb Sanborn.
Again, it's is that the Pfeiffer line? Or sorry, Freigang. It's the Freigang line. Freigang able to poke that pass there. Open ice. Sanborn finished it up on the rebound shot there as well. Looked
2:35.
Like it was right on the goal line.
2:35 to go in the first. It's 4-2 Utah State. A 6-goal first period. Boy, oh boy, we're in for a night, Brooks.
Oh, I'm excited.
I think we might have 2 lines worth of point scorers for Utah State tonight. 2:25 to go in the first period. Freigang and Bynan with the assists on that last goal. Bynan's got 2 assists now. Wallace back to the blue line. Jensen thought about the shot, goes back to that far post, rebound opportunity, bodies flying on the crease. Milliman giving it up there to keep the 5th goal out of the net for now. Tate Jensen picks up a double team on the near side wall, but works out of it, finds Sanborn. Sanborn back into the zone. Minute 45 to go. Aggies will change their forward line. Looks like Pierce and Ferry back onto the ice. Now Pierce almost had one from Sanborn. He goes Ferry instead. Ferry sits, loads, fires. Rebound given up to Sanborn. Far wall, Caleb Sanborn poked away, kept in the zone by Utah State. Off a couple skates, now back to Zach Pierce. Pierce in a dangerous spot. Looking for Ferry on a floater, can't get it through traffic. Pokes the other way. Drop pass. Skater lost his skates behind the play and allowed Utah State to make an easy interception. Now a stretch pass to Jackson Ferry connects, trying to feed Zach Pierce into the zone, can't get to him. Ramsey pokes it behind, picked up Pierce. Pierce across the blue line, drops for Anderson. Luke Anderson into the glove, and we've got a goalie change for Wyoming as well. Oren is out, replaced by number 39, Isaac Erickson, who makes his first save.
Took us a while to realize that we had a new goalie in that, but yeah, Erickson comes in for Oren. He allowed 4 goals in this first period. Few of them, though, hard to make those saves. You got Aggies swarming in front of the net.
Wyoming in a bad spot already, though. Their worst loss to Denver last weekend was 4-2, and that's our score in the first period, Brooks.
Yeah, not looking good so far. We're going to have to see with this period winding down here what they do in the second frame.
45 seconds to go. Aggie forecheck still ferocious with a 2-goal lead in the first. Ramsey knocks it down in the neutral zone. Taken away, fired back in by the Pokes. They'll chase with 35 to play. LaFontaine under pressure. Short passing is the way out for Utah State. Now to the far side. Pilgrim again, long shot off the stick that time. Erickson did not have control. Gifford, quick shot, blocked in traffic. Back to Ramsey, blue line. Long shot, Ramsey, glove save, Erickson. 14 seconds to go in the first. Utah State should be able to kill this period in their own zone.
We'll see if they bring out a different lineup here, trying to get a play off this face-off. So Ramsey will head to the bench. Baum's coming out to replace him. Mooney's out there with him. Look to be drawing up a play here right off the face-off. We'll see if they can try to add on one more tally here with 14 seconds left to go in the first period.
14 seconds, like you said, Brooke. Clock starts running. Utah State tied up on the dot. Pfeiffer in to poke that away. They keep the puck. 9 seconds to go in the period. Need a shot. Freigang around the net. Tries an awkward angle shot, just looking to catch Erickson to sleep, and that is how we're going to end the first period. No, just gets one more off wide right of the cage. It's 4-2 Utah State after one period, and a whole lot of points to go around. 2 assists for Reese Bynum, an assist for Gifford, a goal for Jack Wallace, a goal for Sanborn, an assist for Freigang, a goal and an assist for Teague Pilgrim, and Jack LaFontaine on the score sheet as well. Stockton Jukes and Brooks Bessemer here with you from the Eccles Ice Arena. We're taking a quick break. We'll be back with the second set of 20 minutes in just a moment. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Center. It's 4-2 Utah State after our first 20 minutes as they host the Wyoming Cowboys, who are a long way from Laradise after that first period. Stockton Jukes and Brooks Bessemer here with you on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. And Brooks, it's a points night for Utah State so far.
Yeah, I mean, you got the key difference makers being that Wallace line. Wallace ended up pocketing the first goal of the game, and they've been the difference makers, throwing out the energy every single shift. They're on the forecheck, throwing their bodies around, and that's been the key difference and the reason why they're up 4-2 here.
So far for the Aggies, 4 goals from 4 players: Jack LaFontaine, Teague Pilgrim, Jack Wallace, and Caleb Sanborn. Assists for Freigang, Gifford, Pilgrim, and 2 for Reese Bynan. That's been your scoring line tonight. It's been Bynan, Pilgrim, and Freigang, the center of that line, getting some help from Caleb Sanborn as well from the blue line. And for Utah State, that looks like who they're going to bring out onto the ice to start the second.
Yeah, definitely smart. You want to bring out your big guns here to start. They've been the guys that have been going hard all game. Might as well get them out there. See if you can set the tone of this first period here, especially with the new goalie in and Erickson and net. Definitely want to test him early. He saw a couple shots late in the period, but you want to get on him quickly here.
Pokes are going to win the faceoff to open up period number 2. They trail 4-2, which was their worst loss of their last 3 games. That scoreline after the first period going to be tough to overcome. Utah State, though, having trouble breaking out of the defensive zone after an icing is waved off. Pilgrim just has to stretch and poke that one away from oncoming danger. And again, Ramsey will circle back behind Wallen. Looking for Gifford right at the blue line. He goes a little far. Aggies will have to check up. They finally get this puck back in the neutral zone. Pressure, though, from Donnellan wins it back for Wyoming. He doesn't have help. No one rushed in with him. Puck bouncing around on top of the crease. Ends up with Donnellan again. Back to the blue line. Dropped off, long shot, blocked at the blue line by Freigang. Whiffs on the pass attempt. Here go the Aggies 3-on-2. Pilgrim off to the right side. Takes a shot, looking for that bottom left corner. Kicked away. Freigang looked like got thrown into the boards there a little aggressively. No whistle. He is up and back on his skates. And again, the shot saved and killed by Erickson, who has looked good since he came onto the ice a little over halfway through that first period after Utah State's 4th goal. Wyoming made the switch. New defensive line out for Utah State. Jensen on the near side, Bogan on the far side. Same forwards. Wyoming breaks the zone, though, off a clean face-off win. They'll dump in just over the red line. Poked at by Wallen. And the Aggies trapped in the zone once again. Looking for the corner, Wyoming. Can't get past the skates. Wallen throws that into some open space. Bynan almost breaks into the neutral zone. Sent back. Wyoming forced to check. Bynan again just over the blue line. Good passing, Pfeiffer into the attacking zone. Pfeiffer across the middle of the ice, takes the shot and scores! Beat Erickson glove side, got him to float across the crease, and it's 5-2 Utah State, a minute and 42 seconds into the second period.
I think it was traffic going in front from Bynan as he was cutting across the center of the ice. The goal scorer taking that one to the middle on his forehand there. You know, you have the forehand in the slot, you're going to want to shoot the puck, and he did there. Made no mistake putting it past the glove of Erickson. Great shot.
Sam Pfeiffer's got his first point of the game. Believe that assist will go to Freigang. We'll wait for the official scoring call, but Utah State in command of this one. Another face-off win, though, for Wyoming. They are shoved back into that defensive zone. Utah State in control of the puck once again. Bump frees it up, though, on the far side circle. And a 1-on-4 the other way. Wyoming trying to do anything as Ben Box is dispossessed on the far side. Now May towards the near post. Dispossessed after taking a couple bumps. Aggies 3-on-3 the other way. Can't make the pass in the neutral zone. Baum keeps it between the blue lines. Poked at. Now here goes Zach Pierce. 3-on-2 the other way. Has Anderson to his right. Pierce is going to take it all the way and score top left. Roof dadding Zach Pierce.
What a shot. Again, we saw it earlier on our side of the ice here where he goes toe drag, tries to pull it through the defender's legs to try to get a screen on the goalie. And that time it worked, and he roofed it. He made no mistake putting that one in the top shelf there.
Look at this. Look at that. Zach Pierce has the Aggies up 6-2. 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the period. Utah State 2 goals within a minute of each other. And if you thought this was ugly after one, it's even uglier now.
Good heavens, what a shot.
Timeout is going to be called by Wyoming. The exact opposite way you want to come out of the locker room after an intermission there, Brooks. And taking a look over at that Wyoming bench, just deflated right now. How do you get any sort of energy back?
You got to use your body. You got to be physical. We've seen it's been a pretty physical game, but the issue is that they haven't had the puck on their stick, and what they're doing is they're not throwing the body out there. They're not trying to take the Aggies off the puck. So doing so, you're going to get a lot more bodies thrown, and you're going to get the puck on your stick, and that's how you score goals.
Cowboys starting off a Utah road trip. As a matter of fact, this is their first of 4 weeks of road trips for the Cowboys. They've only got 9 home games this entire season. In contrast, Utah State has 20.
Wow.
Lots of road time for the Pokes. They'll be down at Weber State tomorrow night, 7 p.m. They'll be down in Salt Lake at the U on the 18th at 7. Then they head over to Colorado State on the 24th, also at 7. For Utah State, they're at home for the next several weeks. Pink in the weekend starting tonight. It's Wyoming tonight, Metro State Denver tomorrow night, and Saturday night at 7, the UC Boulder. Primetime hockey.
Out of the timeout, we're going to see if the Aggies can keep their momentum going here, coming off 2 early goals here to start the period. It's in the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
They got Sanborn on the dot this time. That faceoff floats away from everyone. Baum with a huge stick check sends a poke stick flying, but they do get away from the zone on the near wall. Braden Mooney's going to chase that one in. Wallen comes out of his crease to play that in a dangerous area, especially with a lot of pokes inside the zone. Now cross-ice pass deflected on its way to Campbell. Campbell off the corner, keeps it with a teammate. In the corner again, Mooney throwing the shoulder, gets a poke on the ground. Now Sanborn trapped along the wall. Man, body's still flying, and that is going to be a penalty on Braden Mooney. Pretty easy arm in the air there. And it's a cross-check.
He's going to be chirped all the way to the penalty box by Simcox, the guy who just threw cross-check in the back. So we're going to get our first look here at the Cowboys power play unit. Try to make this deficit a little bit smaller.
Pokes 1 for 1 on the kill tonight. This will be their first man advantage. Just over 3 minutes into the second period. They trail 6-2. Special teams is going to have to convert multiple times if they want to come back into this one, but they're going to give the puck away early, and Utah State will clear the zone just 10 seconds into the kill. Back behind net. Wyoming taking plenty of time to build out of the zone. 2 Aggies chase to that far wall. It's dumped in, and only Garrett Bogan follows it. His clearance gets around the wall and past Donnellan. Big contact between Bullard and Bogan. Bullard took his stick and threw it on the ground, and the official just watches and skates away. Pokes the other end now, trying to break out of the defensive zone. Utah State, shorthanded opportunity with Nolan Gifford. Fires back towards that far post. Bogan just couldn't stretch out far enough. Again, Aggies getting the shorthanded turnovers in that zone. Sanborn controls the puck in the corner, makes a couple nice moves. Now back behind the net, dispossessed. Donnellan comes away with it. Dropped off for Rodriguez, back to Donnellan up the left wing. Donnellan gets around one. Gifford in to help, puts him on the glass, and the puck comes loose. Sanborn off the wall and up the ice. 40 seconds left in the Cowboy power play. And correct me if I'm wrong here, Brooks, they haven't even had a shot on net yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen one. There's definitely not been a lot of possession. What I've seen is they just gain the red line and they chuck it deep. But
right
no one's
through
really
the middle.
go after it.
Ben Box almost had a shot on goal, but he outhandled himself. 20 seconds left on the man advantage for Wyoming, down in that far corner. Aggies playing a really tight penalty kill right in front of Wallen. Now down to 10 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Gifford throws a body. That puck out of the zone. Utah State should be able to kill the rest of this one in the neutral zone. Poke's going to try and swing this far side really quickly. Poked off the blue line, and the Aggies get back to full strength. Braden Mooney is released. Mooney's going to have this puck, too, off a bad pass. Dumps it into the zone and heads to the bench. Kept alive behind the net. Erickson almost gave that one away. Bouncing along that blue line. Pokes the other way through the neutral zone. 6 bodies in about 6 feet of space. That puck comes loose. Now Utah State 2-on-1 the other way. Freigang off to the right, has plenty of space. Freigang takes, walks it in, and a big kick save. Erickson again gives up the rebound. Still open towards the near post. Freigang can't finish it on an open net. Gets deflected at the last second. Still hacking at that puck far side. Body goes flying as Pfeiffer's taken out. Just missed his cut there. Now Ramsey. Still 6-2 Utah State with a little over 14 minutes remaining in period number 2. Bynum has it poked away at the blue line. Utah State dumps in. They'll have to check up. Right wing, and Pfeiffer is going to get away with one there. Just a bit of a dive from Wyoming. .13:45. Pokes have done well to get 2 goals early on. At one point, this game was tied 2-2. Not a lot of time spent in the attacking zone for Wyoming, but when they did, they were able to crash the net and force Wallen into some bad spots. Utah State, since that first 12 minutes of the first period, they have not put Wallen in a lot of danger. But he might be in here. Couple good drags, just can't finish the move. It looked like it was 87 Bentley Simcox who drew the penalty on Mooney just a couple minutes ago. And again, the Aggies dump behind the net on the attack. Back up to the blue line. Baum chunked it. Decided to go one time a little too late on that one. 13 minutes to go in the second. Stretch pass attempts. Knocked down by Utah State. Ferry on the blue line. Keeps it onside. Now Zach Pierce walking in. Pierce across the crease and a goal. Luke Anderson from Zach Pierce and Jackson Ferry. 7-2 Utah State.
Are you kidding me, Zach Pierce? That's the second time we've seen this line combine for a goal, and that was an insane play we saw from Zach Pierce. The patience to then find the weak side guy, puts it right past Erickson, and it's 7-2.
That Wyoming defense got split like a canyon right in front of the crease. Utah State's top line on the score sheet now. Zach Pierce putting an assist along with his goal. Luke Anderson with the score. Jackson Ferry, his first assist of the night. We have 12-point scores for Utah State so far this evening. Poked forward, Utah State's going to get there. Icing canceled out. Backhand ends up off the pads of Isaac Erickson and trapped on the blue line by Pilgrim. Pilgrim gets around one. Pilgrim gets the shot off at the last second. Tried to roof it, goes over the crossbar.
Still a lot of offensive zone time here for the Aggies. They definitely have not let off the gas. We still have 12 minutes to go in this middle frame. There's been 7 goals put on the board.
Aggies well on pace for double digits tonight, Brooks, and maybe a double-digit goal differential.
Very well could happen.
So Oren got pulled after his 4th was allowed. Erickson put in, and he's allowed 3 in about 20 minutes of gameplay. Probably about 15. It was later in the first period they made the switch. Bogan trying to trap that in. It takes a weird bounce off his stick. Tate Jensen loses the handle to Rodriguez in a bad spot. Up to Bullard. Bullard's shot blocked by Bogan.
That's a play that's going to earn the respect from your teammates, putting the body on the line.
Bullard, Rodriguez, and Bo Donnellan quite clearly the really only point-scoring option for Wyoming. That line responsible for both goals for the Pokes in this one. Aggies still chasing this back and forth in the attacking zone. Poked away in the corner. Bodies go flying. George Walton getting busy. Walton not on the score sheet yet, but has done a lot to keep Utah State on the attack so far this evening. Scrum on the wall. Tate Jensen waiting at the blue line, trying to keep this alive. It goes the other way for Reeves. Reeves throws it towards Erickson, ends up behind the net. Bogan far side. into the double team. Gets a teammate in behind. That puck ricochets away to Tate Jensen. Jensen centering. Deflected behind net. Tries to go back to that far post. Erickson almost got beat. Aggies couldn't connect. Off the wall looking for Rodriguez. He turned his head at the exact wrong time. This will be an icing. 10:38 to play in the second. It's 7-2 Utah State. An absolute flurry of goals to open this period for the Aggies. And after a pretty evenly matched first 10 of this game has started to go the way we thought it was going to go, Brooks.
Absolutely.
Back into the attacking zone with Bynum on the dot for Utah State. LaFontaine on the blue line. LaFontaine's got a goal tonight from back there. Pokes do win the faceoff. Flip dump into the safety netting in that far corner. This will come back out to center ice. Homecoming weekend here at Utah State, and a busy one for sure. Utah State football hosting San Jose State tomorrow night for homecoming up at the Mav. Hockey in the Eccles as well. We've got a loose puck on the ice behind the play. That one thrown in by a kid from the crowd. Yeah, don't do that. Freigang tangled up, but he gets back to the puck. Chipped into the zone for Utah State. McGrath under pressure. Freigang, nice swim move to tie him up, and Utah State keeps possession. Pfeiffer in the middle. Can't get that one. LaFontaine back to center ice. Aggies cycling back into the zone efficiently tonight as LaFontaine lost a footing there and slides into the boards. He looks okay. Now up the near side. Pokes trying to go again. LaFontaine is held up. Stick is pinned behind his neck, and the official right in front of the play lets it go. Halfway through the second period, and May gets payment for that one. Jack LaFontaine doing what he can. May goes down to the ice again, getting chirped by LaFontaine. Ice is slippery, bud. Now Bynum, big turnover on the blue line, fires towards the left side. Blocker save and into the back netting by Erickson. .28 to go in the second period. Full change for Wyoming. And it looks like Utah State making a full change as well. Pierce, Anderson, Ferry back on the ice. Luke Anderson on the dot. Ferry to his right, Pierce to his left. Mooney and Baum on the blue line. This one goes back to Braden. Anderson behind the cage. Deflected away from Zach Pierce. Luke Anderson trying to clean up that mess, and he does. Still under pressure, though, along the back wall. Ferry knocks one down for him. Now Ferry wraps around the cage. Mooney calls for it. Ferry takes the shot and scores. Disgusting angle goal from Jackson Ferry.
I think he banked that one in off the back of Erickson.
You could see it in the body language from Erickson just sitting there for a second.
Not happy letting that one up. And it makes you wonder, maybe had they not pulled Oren that early, gave him a full period, if things might have been a little bit different during this one.
Going to be interesting to see if they give that to Ferry unassisted with all that stick traffic that was going on. Luke Anderson would be the assist man if they do give it to him. 8-2 Utah State. Ferry's got his second point of the night. Utah State's got 12 goal scorers tonight, but they've also got 5 guys with at least 2 points. It's an entire line. Pierce into the middle for Mooney as they will try and break the zone down the right wing. Ferry makes a nice turn, touches that to kill the icing, and he'll win the race to the back wall. Up top for Mooney. Mooney one time almost between the legs of Erickson, who did not see that one until it was tipped back to him in the crease. 8:45 to go in the second. About as good can get for Utah State tonight. They're certainly going to be tested a little heavier tomorrow night, though. Big Mountain Hockey Conference making 3 appearances in the Eccles 3 nights in a row, and tomorrow night it's Metro State Denver, who robbed Utah State of a trip to nationals in this building about a year and a half ago. 8:40 to play in the second. 8-2 Utah State. Bad pass in the neutral zone. Zach Pierce will be the first to it. Sauced it back towards the middle for Morris, and Morris gets away from 2 pokes to keep this alive. Behind the net once again, Utah State looking to create on top of the crease. Anderson all the way back to the blue line. Long shot, good contact, and again, Erickson had no idea where it is. It clears the crossbar. Anderson to the near side. Tate Jensen wanted to go get it, but had to sit back. Pierce will dump it back in as Anderson checks up, and Utah State's going to make a change. Intercepted, though, mid-change. Aggies doing enough to keep that puck away from Ryan Wallen. Now Gifford in the zone. Gets 2 pokes to hit each other. Gifford still with the puck. Aggies can't keep it in the zone. Past Wallace and out. Jensen fires back in, and the D will make a change. Actually, just Tate Jensen will. Oh, bad decision there by Erickson to come out of the crease. Almost paid dearly for it. Back to LaFontaine again on top of the crease, and he is forced away. Spins away from pressure on the near side wall. Fires in towards the crease. Was looking to connect with, I think, it is Wallace on that far side. Wallace just couldn't get there.
Very long shift for the Cowboys here in their own end.
Ramsey wins it back. Now Gifford in the middle. Gifford trying to take the shot, pulled it. Sent out towards the neutral zone. Bullard's going to take this off a deflection. Jack LaFontaine pokes at it. Bullard does get the shot off, and a nice save by Wallen. His first in probably 15 minutes of game time. Pilgrim the other way. Down the left wing after he lost the handle. And sent back into the neutral zone as the Aggies make a change. They dump it back in response, and now we've got a whistle.
It's going to be delay of game here on the Aggies. I think it was Mooney touched the puck before the guy coming off the ice was able to get on the bench completely, so
Aggies are going to get whistled for 6 men.
Looks like it's Reeves going to the box. And again, another chance at the Wyoming power play here. Of course, Wallen's seen 1 shot this period.
Maybe 2. Oh, we need to get a shot count around here.
We do.
6.5 to go in period number 2. Cowboys 0 for 1 on the power play. Didn't even get a shot on the cage last time they had the man advantage. And Utah State once again off the faceoff will clear the zone. Luke Anderson makes a great move. 2-on-1, shorthanded the other way. Anderson walks it in, looks for the pass, takes the shot instead and scores. 5-hole goal. Luke Anderson, shorthanded.
That's that attack mentality of this Aggie penalty kill. Really don't give Wyoming any room to breathe at all. And probably the fastest guy on this team grabbing the puck in transition. And he sinks it right past the 5-hole of Erickson. And we're going to have another goalie change.
They bring Oren back into the game after Erickson gives up 5 as the substitution.
Gives Oren another chance at the fun. So they'll remain shorthanded. Another minute 45 to go on this power play for Wyoming. We'll see if we can get another shorthanded goal here.
And Utah State, again, Wyoming doing a good job of the first 10 minutes of this game to keep it level since that point. So for about the last 24 minutes, Utah State has dominated every statistical category. And now doing things on special teams that you just don't normally see. They might do it again. Big turnover. Freigen gets tripped up in the zone. They're not going to call that one.
Wyoming got away with one there.
Anderson under a double team, still trying to hold on to the puck. Freigen in to help, and Utah State is playing very aggressive, a man down. Freigen will point them back. Now he takes the pass at the blue line, tips it down. Can't keep control. 60 seconds off the power play for Wyoming. Again, Freigen blocks a pass, heads back into the Aggie zone, and Rodriguez will clean it up. Leaves it for Bullard. Bullard up the near side. Cuts back towards the middle under pressure from Sanborn and ices the puck. You can't do that on a power play.
You need to possess the puck if you're on the power play. It's 5v4 right now, still 46 seconds left. I mean, if there's any glimmer of hope of getting back in this game, you need to start possessing the puck and getting shots on goal. Wallen's faced 2 shots this period.
None of them have been on the man advantage, by the way. Back the other way now. Utah State wins the offensive zone faceoff shorthanded. Wallace under pressure. Finally, the Pokes break. Looking for Rodriguez down the left wing. He has to slow down under threat of a huge hip check from LaFontaine, and Jack LaFontaine clears the zone.
Again, that aggressive Aggie penalty kill. They're always having one man on the puck. They're just the faster team at this point. We've seen this all game.
15 seconds left on the Poke power play. If they can get a rush, this is their last opportunity. And nope, Nolan Gifford's going to knock it away and keep it alive in the attacking zone. Giff gets to it on the far side of the cage, centering for Bynan, too far behind him. And now a 2-on-2 the other way for Wyoming. Shot comes in, and a big blocker save as we are back to even strength. Wallen faces the only shot on the man advantage from Wyoming tonight as time expires. Passing behind the net now, Wyoming looking for that stretch pass through center ice, and they'll ice it again. 4:07 to go in the second. Utah State's got an attacking zone faceoff, and they lead by 7.
It's a football score.
7-0 scoring run for Utah State since halfway through the first period. Bynan back to the dot. Pfeiffer to his right. Freigang to his left. Tied up on the faceoff. That puck didn't go far. It's recovered by Wyoming. Sent back the other way by Morris. Bad passing. Bynan keeps it in the zone, looking for Pfeiffer on the doorstep. Sent back to Bynan. Up the wall, Morris on the blue line has a lot of space in front. He goes left instead, even more space that way. Shot kicked down right in front of Oren. Circling the net still, Utah State's attack has been very effective tonight. The only conditions they have not scored under tonight are on the power play. They've got even strength and shorthanded goals. Oh, beautiful stretch pass. Opens up some space. The Pokes have a shot, and Wallen makes the save. Can't control the rebound, but it's cleared off the doorstep.
Good to see he's still awake here in that defensive zone.
It was a good rush off of a solid pass. Dax Thomas with the shot. Centering Bynan. Walks away from 2. Trying to backhand that back to where it came from. Clapper from the point. Freigang cannot put that home. Excellent reaction save from Oren. That one might have been from even closer in from the point. That was right, maybe 20 feet away.
Right in the house, right where you want it.
Freigang in the corner, backhands that one up the wall for Bynan. Bynan takes a heavy hit from behind on the walls, keeps his knees at least, and gets the pass off. Still flying around and over the wall on the far side. Physical frustration coming in from Wyoming.
You say that, but I haven't seen a lot of, chippy back and forth extracurriculars after the whistles here. I feel it's been a lot during the whistle play. There's been bodies thrown around, but there hasn't really been much scrapping after the whistle. I could definitely see that changing here in the third period. We still got 2.5 minutes left in the second, but third period's going to be pretty scrappy if I had to say so.
Yeah, not the greatest first period for Wyoming, trailing 4-2 going into that first intermission, but letting up 5 goals and not responding in the second. It's a good chance they get chewed out in the locker room. Rodriguez looking for the pass, goes to the opposite side, and Utah State recovers. Rodriguez holding on to his man a little extra there. Pilgrim down the other way. This is going to be an icing on Utah State with 2:08 to go in the second. And a rare offensive zone faceoff for Wyoming. It's been about 50-50 from the dot tonight for either team. Wyoming, get a faceoff win here, just throw this thing at the cage. That's where your other 2 goals came from. You just got to create chaos. Looks like it's going to be May in the faceoff circle against Nolan Gifford. That one swatted at by Wyoming, ends up behind Gifford, and Utah State clears the zone, dumped back in by Wyoming as they check up, and Garrett Bogan has the puck. Less than 2 to play. Stretch pass for Pilgrim is too far out in front. Pilgrim won the race, and they whistled the icing.
The goalie was going to go play it there, too. Oren had his stick out ready to play that puck. But the defender got to the hash marks before, so they were able to call that an ice.
I think the scoreboard's dictating a few of these 50-50 calls as well.
Got to let them have a couple things here.
And now the officials are going to talk about it. Jinx.
I think they're debating whether or not it was really an icing. I think they're going to bring this one out of the zone.
They're going to go center ice. They're going to say that was the wrong call. And in my 3 years of covering Utah State hockey here at the Eccles, I've never seen the officials do that before.
Yes.
Props to you, gentlemen.
It also allows Utah State to get a change. So the top line of Anderson, Ferry, and Pierce are going to come back out here looking for the 10th goal of the night.
Linesman giving the explanation to the Cowboys bench. They seem to understand. Minute 53 to go in the second. Center ice face-off between Luke Anderson and May. Joe May wins that one back for the Pokes. Fired in. Awkward stick save from Wallen.
Shot on goal.
Yeah, glanced off the crease there. Shortest flip dump I've ever seen. Utah State breaks the other way. Bogan has Pierce to his right. Bogan drags it back off of a stick and into the back netting. 92 seconds remain in the period. Utah State's going to make what I assume will be their final change of this second. Ferry and Pierce will stay on with Anderson. It's going to be Mooney and Baum the change for Utah State. Just off to the left of Oren. One back to Ferry. Pinballs that one forward, was looking for Anderson. Now the Pokes control behind the net, up the far side wall. Ferry, beautiful read and interception. Aggies back into the zone. Pierce in space, in that left circle, beat the glove of Oren, wide of the post. Mooney down into the corner for Anderson. Anderson thought about stepping up and jamming that one home, but took a bump behind the net. Ferry, dispossessed. Under 60 seconds to go in the second period. Flipped out to neutral ice and recovered once again by Utah State. Cross ice, Mooney.
Oh, here we go.
Yep, Zach Pierce is getting held into the bench by Wyoming. They're trying to chirp at him, and Zach Pierce is just standing there. He knows what's coming. This is going to be a clear interference on Wyoming. And another power play for Utah State.
45 seconds left in this period. So a good chunk of it.
Now
we'll
I'm curious.
Head over into the third.
Curious, Brooks, to hear your thoughts on this. Is that an intentional, just trying to grab some momentum here for Wyoming, or is that frustration?
It's definitely frustration. If you're going to be grabbing momentum, you got to do that through the scoreboard. Down 9-2, there's not a lot of momentum to be had.
So unless we see a goal in the next 45 seconds, which is very possible, Utah State will end the period on the power play and start the third with the man advantage. 45.5 to play. Aggies win the faceoff. Pierce chases to the far side. Sent back towards the net. Looks like he was trying to connect with Ferry as he made the wraparound. Now LaFontaine at the blue line, down for Anderson. Anderson just lost it. Bodies flying on the near sidewall. Aggies come away with it. LaFontaine almost had a lane towards the net, but it ends up behind him, and he's got to chase all the way back to Wallen. 20 seconds left in the period, a minute 34 remaining on the power play. Utah State. Bad handles, and a shorthanded goal by Donnellan. LaFontaine was trying to handle, and he's going to get chirped at by Rodriguez. Clock is running, and they're going to have to put seconds back on. Donnellan finally has a response for Wyoming to end the scoring run, and Utah State gives up a shorthanded goal on really just flat out bad play. It's bad stick handling, keeping your head down, got to be aware of what's going on.
It's a turnover in your defensive zone. Puck squirted out right to the slot, and I mean, Donnellan made no mistake putting that one past Wallen. I think only the fourth or fifth shot that he's seen this whole period.
Bo Donnellan unassisted, the third goal for Wyoming, and now all three of their starting forwards have a goal. 19.2 to play, a minute 22 left on the Aggie power play, and for as good as this period's been, they're going to get a little bit of a talking to in this intermission for that one. Wyoming clears this one. Rodriguez trying to press a man down on the near side, just hoping for a bounce. Doesn't get it now. Freigang back across the blue line. 2 seconds left. Freigang makes the pass, and he shouldn't have.
That's good.
Bodies go flying behind the play, and again Wyoming throwing shoulders and throwing hands after the buzzer. There's a very good chance Utah State's going to have a 5-on-3 after the intermission. We'll have to see what they do to break this thing up, but everyone on the ice is tangled up with someone along that far back wall.
It looked like it was DJ Freigang maybe in the middle of it there. And Pilgrim with his helmet off, he's going to exit the ice.
Very curious to see what the decision is from the officials here as Wyoming exit the ice as well. Both teams taking long looks at each other on their way back to the board, and Zach Pierce, the captain for this Aggie squad, is going to meet Donnellan on the red line so they can figure out what's going to be assessed. Donnellan giving Zach Pierce some words. He's just going to give him the side eye and look away. The Aggies lead by 6 after 2 periods. When we come back, we'll let you know what the call is after that big scrum to end the second. Utah State letting the scoreboard do the talking. Stick with us here on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. We'll be right back from the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. Welcome back into the George S. Eccles Ice Arena. It's time for the third period between the Utah State Aggies and the Wyoming Cowboys from Laradice. It's 9-3 after a 5-goal flurry from Utah State. Had them on a 7-0 run at one point. A big shorthanded response from Wyoming off of a bad play. Utah State's penalty kill. We had a big scrum at the end of that period. Nobody quite knows what the official call was, and coming back out onto the ice, no additional members in the penalty box. Also, for some reason, the Utah State power play is at 1 minute and 3 seconds, even though it should be at 1:15. It was assessed with 45 seconds left to go in the second period. But it's that kind of night for Utah State. Stockton Jukes here with Brooks Bessemer to my left in the Steve Coleman broadcast booth. A big shout out to Steve, who began the legacy of Utah State hockey broadcasting and carried it well for a long, long time. We miss you, Steve. Out on the ice for Utah State, though, it is going to be the power play unit. Pierce, Pfeiffer, Anderson, LaFontaine, and Jackson Ferry with that 6-goal lead and 20 minutes to play. Looks like they're going to have Orrin in the cage for Wyoming. Briefly made the change from Orrin to Erickson when it was 4-2. Had to switch back when we got to 9-2. Just about ready to get going. Final 20 minutes of action. Aggies win the faceoff and resume the minute 48 power play. Pierce, speed down the right wing. Pfeiffer crashing the net on the opposite side. Pierce goes off the back wall and finds him, but Pfeiffer can't corral. Now Pierce on top of that left side circle along the blue line. Gets it right back, walks it in from Ovi's office, claps one into the chest of Orrin. Rebound not controlled. Ferry, far side, out of the corner to the blue line. Back to Zach Pierce. They give him way more space this time, and a big blocker save from Orrin. Face-off coming off to his right.
Orrin tested early on this. 26 seconds left on the power play, but that was about what felt like a minute and a half in that offensive zone already. Pierce is going to keep getting that shot there on his offhand. Lefty walking down the left side. He's already got one tonight. Let's see if we can do it again.
Big points night for the fellas in pink. We've got 2.5 lines worth of points on this sheet. LaFontaine, Pierce, Anderson, Ferry, Pilgrim, Wallace, Sanborn, and Pfeiffer, your goal scorers, with plenty more assists to go along. Huge dump off the back glass by Wyoming. 15 seconds left in the rush for Utah State. Pierce fans on the recovery attempt, but it's cleaned up. No one else home for the Pokes. Now 8 seconds left on the man advantage. Utah State. One more rush with Luke Anderson. Luke Anderson from the near side. Across the crease. Hammered home into the leg pad. Jackson Ferry almost with another one. Pierce's shot deflected at the blue line. Now it's a one-on-one the other way. LaFontaine up to the task. Back to the neutral zone. Luke Anderson. Anderson away from two. Picks the puck back up after a couple bumps. And LaFontaine has it on the blue line. Walking to the point. LaFontaine right down the middle off the chest of Orrin. Wyoming with the rebound. And they give it right back. Bogan along the near side wall. Anderson. Another shot deflected this time by Campbell and killed by Orrin on the save.
Lots of pressure in the offensive end for the Aggies here. Orrin's had to stand tall. He's already allowed 4 goals in this one, but I'd say Wyoming still, I guess you'd say they have the momentum coming off the last goal of the period, but so far it's been all Utah State.
Looks like it's Giff on the circle this time. Pilgrim to his left. Tied up. That puck comes free for Wyoming. Bad pass, though, into the zone for Bullard. Gets away from him. Couple stick hacks, though, and Bullard's got the puck back. Walking into the zone, has a teammate left. Pass deflected Bogan. Bogan creating traffic in the corner. Bullard crashing the near post, can't get there. Kept in the zone by Wyoming. Far sidewall now in the circle on the left side, walking towards Wallen. Great cover there as that puck comes loose, and McGrath's got some extra words again. He was tied up in that end of the second scrum.
This third period should be pretty scrappy, especially how we ended the last one. Down 6 goals.
Utah State going to make the change on the back line. Defensive zone face-off across from May. Mooney picks it up in the defensive corner, taken away. Day almost had it. Freigang breaks the zone off right. 3-on-2 the other way, now 3-on-3. Wyoming recovers, centering pass whiffed on, and Utah State just not keeping that blade on the ice right now. Here we go the other way, catching the pokes on a change. 2-on-2, Bynum to the right. Bynum fires, save, rebound to Pfeiffer, gloves it down. Pfeiffer through two, still has the puck in the far corner. Drop to Freigang. Now Bynum, nasty idea, just could not finish it off. 2-on-3, great poke. Bomb follows Boxer that far side. On the blue line, shot deflected into the back wall. And again, May dispossessed behind the cage. Bynum with a lot of space on the right side. Across the ice to Pfeiffer in the neutral zone on the left. An inch too far out in front of his stick. Freigang cleans it up. Pfeiffer with the contact. Now DJ Freigang across to his right. Bynum trying to return it. Pfeiffer scores! Chaos in front of the net, and Oren left out to dry. It's 10-3 Utah State. Sam Pfeiffer has his second.
10-3 Aggies. Just a collapsed play defensively in front of the net there. It was Bynum actually throwing the puck back, looking for another player back door, and luckily it was bounced right on to the stick of Pfeiffer, and he was able to put that one in the back of the net, make it 10-3.
It was Freigang, the intended target. Took a tip there. I wonder if they'll give Freigang an assist, but it will for sure be Bynum, like you said. Morris out of the defensive zone. 16:40 remaining in this game. Utah State has had this one on ice, literally and figuratively, for about 2 periods. Oh, great move behind the cage. Opens up space for Walton. Now Walton into the middle. It's a 1-on-2. Utah State. Reeves lost the handle. Almost had the corner on the right side. Reeves into the zone now. Trying to get corner. Campbell bumps him off of it. Walton in to help. Back towards the crease. Too soft. Taken away. 2-on-3 the other way. And another whiff on the dump by Wyoming this time. Bad play from the Utah State tender. Ryan Wallen getting caught out of the crease under traffic, and Utah State does not recover the puck. Centering pass. Past one stick. McGrath picks it up in front of the blue line. Has to drop it off once again. Aggies break. Sanborn takes the pass. Big hit on the back end of that one from Wyoming, but they're stuck in the neutral zone once again. McGrath dumps one in towards Wallen. He'll glove this and lay it out for Morris. Morris, couple good moves. Can't get back past the body, though. Good positioning. And Bentley Simcox keeps it alive. Anderson under pressure. Spins away from it. Has Ferry making the skate. Goes opposite side for Pierce. Glove down by Pierce into the zone. Finds Ferry. Ferry spinning, looking for the backhand. Covered up and killed by Oren.
Here we go.
And now the Wyoming Cowboys are mad at an Aggie because he kept skating. Came to a stop to the side of Oren. Didn't snow him. They were just close to him, and 3 Cowboys jump him. That's the frustration that they're feeling right now.
Absolutely, a lot of frustration. I mean, you're down 7 goals, traveled all the way out here from Laramie.
And you got 2 more games in the state of Utah as well. By the way, you've got the next 4 weeks on the road. This is not a great start.
Definitely going to have to turn some things around here if you're Wyoming.
Just over 15 left to play. Anderson back on the dot. Towards Pierce, back to Ferry. Soft shot sticked away by Oren. Aggie forecheck back to work. Bullard hacking at that thing. Ferry just lost it on the blue line. Almost made a real good play. Again, Bullard hemmed into the zone. His clearance attempt is deflected. This one is going to be icing. Wallen watches that go past the cage. Tate Jensen wins the race. We're going back the other way with 14:39 to go. Wholesale changes just about every dead puck now for Utah State. It's one of those games where you're just getting ice time for everyone that you can.
I mean, you got 3 games in a row here. You're going to want to keep every single set of legs fresh.
Have to imagine that's part of the strategy with having Wallen starting tonight. Keeps Cale Samuels and Titan Anderson fresh for the next 2 days. And Wallen's done a great job in his first start as well. Another icing. LaFontaine. No, Rodriguez wins the race. Great wave off there by our officiating crew. Rodriguez stops behind the net looking for some space. Utah State closes it quickly.
We're going to have a penalty coming here.
Delayed penalty on Utah State. A tip there. They keep the play alive for Wyoming, and now it'll be whistled dead. Stick taps there from Wyoming. They'll have a power play down 7. It is Jack LaFontaine. It's the 3rd penalty of the night for Utah State. They're perfect on the kill, even have a shorthanded goal. It's the power play that they've been struggling on, oddly enough.
Yeah, I think they got 1 on the power play, but this penalty kill, like we said earlier, super, super aggressive. They do not let you breathe. And they got the speedy guys out here. Looks like it's Free Gang taking the face off.
Off to the left of Wallen. This one won by Wyoming. McGrath's shot blocked at the blue line. Excellent read by Baum, and he's going to chase this all the way back, create some trouble. He drops off pretty quickly, though, as Bynum comes in to add to that pressure. Speed down the right wing for May. May drops this one off. Pass through the neutral zone again. Kicked away by Utah State. Jammed along the blue line. May tripped up, and they're going to let that one go.
Bynum got away with one there.
Been a couple missed trips, but it has been a pretty bodies to the ice kind of game. Rebound given up by Wallen, almost pays for it. Tried to get the cover in, could not get to the puck, and it's finally cleared off of a poke and into the safety netting.
Also looks like the net came off a little bit there too. Wallen will fix it himself. Great idea there from Cox at the point, just trying to send one low and on net, trying to get that rebound, and they had a great chance, but Wallen with the left pad stuck it out there and kept it out of his own net.
First 40 seconds of the power play so far for Wyoming have been spent in that attacking zone, their most coherent power play of the evening. Now to the near side, that pass through the legs of its intended target, chopped back into the corner, and Jensen sends it away. Still inside the zone for Wyoming. Halfway through the power play, Polk still trail by 7. McGrath with the shot, that one took a touch and into the back glass. Into the corner, circling back out. Wyoming just keeps that on the blue line. Baum with pressure in that far side corner. Now May to McGrath. McGrath further down for Box. Box in the near side corner. Gets away from one, gets the shot off. Beautiful glove save by Wallen. I think that's the first time he's got the mid out.
Definitely the first real test he's had.
Really strong power play so far for Wyoming, and the clock operator's a little bit asleep at the wheel tonight. In a closer game, I think you probably put time on the scoreboard there with an extra 4 seconds running off, but it's not that kind of game. 12:38 to play here in Logan, Utah. 10-3, Utah State enjoying the lead. Polk's still in the corner, now back up to the blue line. Rodriguez walking it in from the near side. That one might have gotten blocked by Ramsey. If not, it was a great save for Wallen, and now here's a 2-on-1 the other way. Aggies almost back to even strength. Bogan from the sauce tried to stop and jam it in the near post. And that puck bounced away from him at the last second. Bogan swats at it on the blue line. Pierce on the forecheck as well. Back into the neutral zone with 12 minutes to play. Even strength hockey. Ramsey taken away by the double team. Donnellan in the neutral zone, taking a couple whacks from Luke Anderson. That puck comes loose. Anderson almost got a shot off, but Donnellan keeping his body in the way. Anderson does win it back, though, on the forecheck. All the way back out to Ramsey, stretching out to keep that puck in the zone. Ferry, near side, back towards the cage and behind. Dropped it off for Pierce, was looking for the front door action, and Pierce could not get to the puck. Blue line again, down the wall. Ferry, further. Kept moving. Pierce swats at it. Could not get it to go with him. Really good stick work from Luke Anderson.
He's been all over this offensive zone this shift.
That's what Luke does. And a shout out for Lukey. He and I almost took home the preseason. I'm losing the name of it now, but the How's that game? You throw the beanbags at the circle.
Cornhole?
Yeah, we almost won the cornhole tournament at the preseason barbecue. I sold in the championship. It was my fault.
Oh,
but kids got hand-eye coordination is the point of that story.
He's a damn good hockey player, too.
10:51 to go. 10-3 Utah State leading in the third. Still even-strength hockey and a defensive zone face-off off to the right of Wall, and that net just keeps coming off its mooring. It's not an unfamiliar problem here at the Eccles. Looks like, is that Pierce on the dot this time? I think it is. It is Zach Pierce. Trying to tie up the Pokes. Ends up at the blue line. Now dumped back into that near side corner. Braden Mooney with a good move with the stick to keep that away from a poke, and this is going to exit the zone. Intercepted neutral zone again. Braden Mooney causing some havoc. Wallen lets that go. Chopped back in from just in front of center ice. 10:20 remaining. Mooney again. Skating lane closed off quickly. Simcock's shot deflected. And out of the zone once again. Delayed offside thrown in. Utah State's got plenty of time to clean this up. And we are halfway through period number 3. 10 minutes remaining in this evening's contest. Flip dump off the glass. That one takes a forward bounce. It's an icing on Utah State. First of 3 pink in the rink games this weekend for Utah State. Tomorrow night, Metro State out of Denver at 7 p.m. here at the Eccles. And on Saturday night, Colorado Boulder at 7 p.m. here at the Eccles. Homecoming weekend here in Logan as well. I know we've got plenty of alumni in town for football tomorrow and the rest of the homecoming festivities, the parade on Saturday morning. Make sure you stick around. That night, some good hockey coming to you. Primetime hockey, you might even say. Freigang down that right wing, beats both defenders, has it poked away by May at the last second. Scrapping for that puck on the far side, squeaks out, and Wyoming recovers. McGrath to the near side. Immediate pressure from Sam Pfeiffer, and it pays. Delayed offside. Bynum jumped a little early there. Now they do check back up. Long pass from Wyoming. It should be icing. Bogan wins the foot race. No, they're going to call a deflection on the wall. Body still flying around as Berg goes down to the ice under heavy pressure from Bogan. Bogan's going to keep him down there for a minute. And that's interference from Garrett Bogan. They're not calling it. People flying against the wall. There's about 3 different minor penalties in that 5-second sequence, and none of them got called. Bynum now with speed. Backhands one, just tried to let that slide into the goal on its own. Couldn't beat Oren. Now back up top. Walking down the right side across for Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer back to the middle. Up to Ramsey. Now LaFontaine. Far corner. Circling the net. Pfeiffer opens up some space. Great shot blocked by McGrath. LaFontaine takes a huge hack to the shins. That is a clear slash, and again, no whistle. It's about as obvious as it gets. Now LaFontaine dumps one in.
Again, the frustration from Wyoming really showing there.
It's going to be another night where the Pokes do not post a final score, I can tell you that much. Less than 8 to go in the third. It's 10-3 Utah State. And now again.
LaFontaine just got tackled to the ice.
Tackled,
That's
held.
gonna get called.
That will finally be called interference.
I think at least.
Or did they just whistle that dead for no reason? Oh, okay. Again,
They want to let him play.
Yeah.
These refs want to go home.
Yeah, seven goal game. It's you let the scoreboard dictate some of the officiating when you get to a certain point. So 7:44 to play in this one. Defensive zone faceoff off to the left of Wallen. One back to Bullard. His shot off the shoulder of, I think that was Morris, and Morris throws the shoulder in the corner. Morris pinned up there with Bullard. 7.5 to play. Utah State, if they get pinned in the corner for another 7 minutes, Utah State would be perfectly fine with that.
Fans here at the Eccles not loving this.
Now Bullard walking in towards the near post. Great kick save from Wallen. Across the blue line, back to the near side. Campbell's long shot, tipped at the net into the leg pads again of Wallen, who followed that one through the air well. Wallace on the forecheck. Campbell under heavy pressure behind his own net. Pilgrim's going to get there. Bad bounce, though, for Pilgrim. Wyoming the other way. Plenty of traffic for Rodriguez, and an easy pickup for Baum. Baum wraps it around the boards. Too short for Nolan Gifford. Stays in. Millimon throws a body. Absorbs the reverse hit. Rodriguez down on the ice now. A little slow to get up. Wallace taking some pokes, and Wallace just holds the stick out and said, okay, we're good.
It's starting to pick up here with the chippiness for sure. Late in the game, frustration is settling in.
You said
another big hit
here. Yeah, just a lot of head business that time from Simcox. He's been one of the most frustrated for the Pokes tonight, and he's going to the box.
The Aggies really not feeding into it at all.
Milliman also just tried to shoot from center ice into an empty net for Utah State, and he hit his own player in the back. That's the kind of night it's been for the boys from Laird Ice.
Nothing going their way.
Nah, just bad bounces, tough passing, and Utah State's been on top of it tonight.
So Simcox going either to the box or even to the locker room.
I mean, it was a very late hit and then an extra head business into the ice, but yeah, it will be 2 minutes.
Picking on Tate Jensen, too.
Had a chance to talk to some of Tate's extended family before the game.
Jensen to the box as well, it looks like. They're going to give him matching minors.
And Tate's just laughing at the linesman on the near side, kind of nodding, understanding like, hey, I understand where the game's at, but that's, again, the scoreboard influencing our officiating. I mean, it was Simcox just buried his head in the ice. There wasn't really anything else going on there.
And we had the conflict at center ice with Wallace, and it looked like, I think it was McGrath. And Wallace just kind of stuck his stick out and told him, like, come on, man, look at the scoreboard.
I mean, look, respect to Wyoming, though. You got to do something to stay in it. Stick up for your guys. Show some fight here. It's been an ugly game. Sometimes it goes that way.
But we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey, I believe. So lots of ice for these guys to skate on.
That's what I was about to ask you. Do you like that extra space?
You love it. It opens up a lot more stretch passes and seams, so you get the puck going with speed through the offense or through the neutral zone into the offensive end. And that's how we've seen a few goals coming from Wyoming. Actually, have been the transitions.
And that would be a small win for Wyoming if they can get one here in this period to keep this period level at 1-1.
There's more chippiness down in that corner too.
They're not done hitting each other. 6 minutes on the clock. I would hope not. Shot from that far side. Glove save, Wallen off the pick, looking like a first baseman that time.
It's Brax Thomas down there. Both the Thomas brothers, Brax and Dax, going after LaFontaine. And LaFontaine's just laughing it off.
Hey, that's siblings that are dialed in, though.
Those guys, the Bass brothers from the Mighty Ducks. And the ref takes a spill.
Ice is, in fact, slippery.
Yeah, that's going to hurt in the morning. Aggie fans loving it. Defensive zone draw for the Aggies.
And Box wins that one for Wyoming. Along the blue line, McGrath's got a shooting lane. Took a little too long to think about it, though, and missed wide left.
He was looking back door. He had 17. Crashed in the net. That's Tyler Box. So both Box brothers.
Oh, stretch pass. Caleb Sanborn can't put it home. Looking for his second. Keeps the rebound. Sanborn circling. Poked away to LaFontaine. Jack drags right. Opens up a shot. Poked away, though, before he can get it off. Wraparound opportunity. Oh, wow. Olin scoops it up with the stick hand after he lost his stick again. Excuse me, Oren. Quick thinking there from the Poke goaltender. 5:25 to go in the period. 1 minute, 5 seconds left in 4-on-4 hockey. It is 10-3 Utah State. Pfeiffer's second goal, the only one of the period. And it's been a slower period and a more physical period, kind of what you expected, Brooks.
Definitely. It's still been super chippy.
High stick there for Wallace. He's got to let that go.
But what the Aggies are going to want to do is just keep the puck down on the opposite end. There's no need to surrender any more goals against this team.
Bogan with a good poke down that left wing. Pilgrim trying to get going, lost his footing there. He's got hit from behind, throws a hit from his knees, and it works. McGrath back into the zone. McGrath skips past one. Keeps possession. 35 seconds left on the offsetting penalties. Rodriguez now far side. Keeps it on that back wall. Big hits being thrown. Scrum in front of the net. And some extra hands from Garrett Bogan now. Utah State done with the extra hits. 15 seconds left in 4-on-4 hockey. And a shout out as well to Wallen, who hung in there in some dire straits in the crease. Bodies flying around again. Stick to the head on Baum. They don't call it from Rodriguez. Rodriguez is looking for helmets. And Baum gives him a shoulder in response. Look, there's a difference between being frustrated and trying to generate some contact and going after guys' heads. You don't do that. It's club hockey. Freigang. Down to the corner. Pass deflected straight up into the air. Freigang catches the pop fly on the other side. Couple good moves. Opens up Pfeiffer. Almost a hattie for Sam Pfeiffer in and out of the glove of Oren.
Great save there by Oren on that glove side.
Bullard one-on-one, lost the handle and fell. Crowd's loving it. Utah State hasn't been too affected by this aggressive push from Wyoming, but the crowd has. And they're making you know how they feel. Freigang drops it off for Ramsey. Ramsey across the blue line. LaFontaine, long shot, glove save. Oren, 3:25 to go. We're even strength.
It seems like every chance there's more extra.
There's just more hits there on Freigang. He's getting pinned against the back of the net. He's not fighting back. And the officials, look, I understand where the scoreboard's at, but when it's this intentional, you got to blow the whistle. It's just, they're not even trying to be subtle about it.
It seems like every chance they get, the Cowboys are going after an Aggie, and
that's exactly how you take yourself out of a game too. Like you can do one of two things: you can try and play hockey, and you can try and make it a closer score, or you can whine and throw fists. And Wyoming's chose the latter tonight.
Normally, when you're down 10-3, the main goal is try to make that deficit a little bit closer. But the frustration's gotten to a point where it's boiled over, and these guys are fully taking it out physically.
Ramsey off of a poke. Berg knocks it down in the neutral zone, allows Ramsey to get back on it. Now Pierce to the far side. Circles back, sauce across for Luke Anderson. Anderson walks it in through the legs of Campbell. Rebound comes off the back glass and sent into the neutral zone with less than 3 to play. Jack LaFontaine on the cleanup crew. Near side Ramsey, all the way across off the skate of Anderson. Kicked it a little too far, heavy first touch. Now Ferry again, cycling right back into the zone. Utah State, bad pass. Anderson into the official. Not the ref's fault there. Ferry gloves it down, 2-on-2, has Pierce behind. Drops it off for Zach Pierce. Big opening on the left. Closed off quickly by Box. And
looked like a cross check.
Yeah, cross check there on Pierce. Sends him to his knees, icing on Wyoming.
Well, it's got me wondering that all the physicality Wyoming's brought out late in this third period, had they had this level of physicality earlier on in the game, maybe the score would be a little different.
Yeah, if you can come out of the gate with this when it's 2-2 and you can be a little more subtle about it, Utah State has a hard time with stuff like that. Instead, it's literally just kind of a fit here at the end of the game.
Looks like the big brother beating up on the little brother. That's what I'm getting from it.
The Bridger rifle on ice. And it's going to stay in Logan. Sanborn into the corner. Walton back to Sanborn. Reeves right in front. Couldn't get the shot off. His stick was interfered with there. Good stick defense from the Pokes in front of the cage. 2 minutes to go. Long shot. Stick save. Oren. Baum following into the corner. He just wanted a body there. He didn't care about the puck. Walton near side. Right back to it. Baum, awkward angle into the glove of Oren. He saves that one. And then Berg throws a stick and a fist into the face mask. Still throwing his head back there. And just laughing and head shaking from Sanborn, who's also getting hit by Wyoming. I mean, And this is the point I was getting at with the official. I don't care what the scoreboard says. It's a safety thing at this point.
And now they're going to bring Sanborn to the box. We'll see if they go grab the Cowboys.
We've been nice to this officiating crew for 58 minutes tonight because they've done a good job until now, but they put Sanborn in the box. They don't put Wyoming in the box, and what that does—
lots are ahead of the box right now.
They will.
They're going to give them matching ones as well.
They will go get them off the bench, so good job by the officiating crew again there. And offsetting minors just to calm the tone down.
That's the officials here. You got to tell the benches there's a warning.
And that's the point that we're getting at here is you got to make the calls despite the scoreboard because it's a safety thing at the end of the day. And Utah State's starting to take sticks and fists to the head. That's not good.
Especially when they're not really retaliating.
They're just taking it, and that's why it's clean shots to the head is because they're not retaliating. But the officials finally doing something to get it under control here, and hopefully we're just able to coast to the end of this one. It's pointless for anyone to get injured in this one. This game's been over for 20 minutes.
We'll have 4-on-4 hockey to end it. Minute 45 left in this one.
Giff on the dot for Utah State. Ties a man up. That one's still at his feet. Still tied up with Box. Gifford lost his skates there. Bad pass deflected out into the danger zone for Utah State. Pilgrim finds Jensen on the wall. Gifford through two, gets the puck back. Fired at the net. Stick right in the crease for, I believe that was Pilgrim. Still behind the net, Utah State. Now a minute and 10 seconds remaining in this one. Bogan from center ice, nearly deflected in by Pilgrim. Just couldn't get his blade on that one. Gifford again behind the net still. Playing along that back wall. Tipped into the air, back into the neutral zone. Box trying to run onto this one at center ice. Pilgrim nearly gets that on the blue line. 45 seconds to play here at the Eccles. Pilgrim off for the last change of the night for Utah State. Now to the near side, that's going to be icing, no touch.
Well, Stockton, I will say to end this one, Oren's looked very sharp since he's come out this period. And he's still been getting hounded with shots. I mean, I'd say if we had a shot counter, Utah State would be more than tripling the shots.
I think it's probably 50 to 15.
Very, very good. It definitely could be.
And, to your point, Oren, since he got sent back in, has only let in that one goal and has made some really good glove saves as well.
He's looked very sharp. There's been constant traffic in front of him this whole game.
There's a lot of promise for this Wyoming team. That's for sure. You've seen glimpses of it. You've seen a couple rushes. They get a couple garbage goals, a couple deflections, but it's they lack in the passing department. They lack in the discipline department. That's what's been their undoing tonight. Freigang, 2-on-2, Pfeiffer to his right. They want Pfeiffer with that hat. He walks it into the near post, can't jam it home. 5 seconds left, wrap around, poked away. Trying to get Pfeiffer again. No more time, and Freigang, the sportsman way, walks the clock off. McGrath's going to have some stuff to say. Yeah, lots of words from Wyoming.
Those three have kind of been at it all night. But a great win here for the Aggies on home ice. Starting the homestand. 10-3 the final score.
Utah State back at home for quite a long time after about a month on the road. Now 5-2 over their last 7 since that loss since those 2 games against South Dakota State. Started the season off 2-1, 5-2 since then for a total of 7-3 on the season. Tomorrow night again, Metro State, Denver. Saturday night, Colorado, Boulder. Brooks, let me go ahead and get your final thoughts from this one as we get ready to wrap up.
Well, I got 3 players I'm going to key on. It's the Wallace line. Those 3 were all banging heads all game, banging bodies down low, and they came out and they got the first goal to start this one off. And, those 3 key players have definitely were the reason why Utah State came out hot and ended up putting 10 goals on the board tonight.
Your score sheet for the Aggies this evening, goals coming from LaFontaine and Pierce, 2 for Anderson, 1 for Ferry, 1 for Pilgrim, 1 for Wallace, 1 for Sanborn, and 2 for Pfeiffer. Assists, 1 for Zach Pierce, 1 for Jackson Ferry, 1 for Pilgrim, 2 for Reese Bynan, Gifford with 1, and Freigang with 1. That's 11 different point scores for Utah State, 5 of them in double figures. 6 penalty minutes for the Aggies, 2 for Wyoming. Your goals for the Cowboys, Ian Bullard, Bo Donnellan, and Mario Rodriguez with an assist to Bullard as well. and just domination on the ice for Utah State this evening. Pink in the Reek weekend continues tomorrow night at 7 against Metro State, Saturday against Colorado Boulder. Next weekend, the visitors come to town. October 24th, 7 p.m. puck drop. The Cats are in the building. Following weekend, Halloween weekend, another 3-game stand. Montana State on the 30th, Montana on Halloween, and Providence on November 1st. Utah on November 8th, Weber State on the 14th, UVU on the 15th. That is Military Appreciation Weekend. And then Beehive Classic, November 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Also the 23rd. Your final game of the semester will be December 5th against Utah. And then there's just 3 games after Christmas break. So if you haven't been out to the Eccles yet, you've got a lot of chances over the next 5-6 weeks. Make sure you get out here. It's a great time. For Brooks Besmer and everyone else here on the Utah State Hockey broadcast crew, we thank you so much for watching another edition of Utah State Club Hockey here at the Eccles. A shout out to the Wyoming Cowboys. Hopefully the rest of their trip goes well. They stay safe. We appreciate them coming down from Laradice as the teams meet in the middle and pray afterwards. Fragging with some nice words for Orr in there, and they're starting to calm down now. It looks a lot nicer out there on the ice, Brooks.
Game's over. We all love hockey in the end, so.
That's going to do it. Again, 10-3 your final score. Utah State all over it, and they move to 7-3 on the season. We'll be back tomorrow night in about 21 hours, 21 and a half, just before 7 p.m. from here in the Eccles. You'll be with Brian Kirk tomorrow night on the Utah State Hockey YouTube channel. Again, for Brooks and everyone on our broadcast crew, I'm Stockton Juke saying go Aggies, and we'll see you again this weekend 2 more times.